Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and today we're here to show you the third potato chip block alternate. Now this is the original potato chip block quilt and there's going to be a link in the show notes below to show you what that original video was. But today we're going to do the big brother. So I'm looking forward to this one. But first, we have to mention to you that the International Stitch Marathon is July 22nd, 2022. All the hosts and the Zoom link for that meeting, that's so long, is in the show notes below. Now it's 12 hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., but you can come and go as you need to. We're hoping that we have such a good time like we did the last time. There's more hosts this time, so we max out at 100 people in, and that includes our hosts. So make sure you sign up and keep that date free. So let's get to the sewing. Come on in. Okay, this is alternate block number 3. These are 2.5 by 4.5 inches, so they're bigger. They're like the big brother of the potato chip block. This is what we call the crumb layout, the potato chip crumb layout. We could, if you wanted to, now this is totally up to you if you want. Depends on how many, 4.5 by 2.5 inch bricks you have kicking around. I have a box full, so if you want to go like where you put 3 across here and then 4 and 4 to make an extra large block, you can. But one of the things that I like to do with this one is I like to take out that center row just because I can. I can take it out and I can have fun with this. So what I do is I replace it with low volumes. Now the low volumes, I try and pick stuff that's pretty much all over the charts, right? Like, I've got some fun little things, and I also throw in cream backgrounds, not all stark white, and I try and keep the textures very, like this one's got a little bit of gray in the back, so does this one, and I also try and put in a little color, just a little bit. This is such a cute print, this one here is just adorable. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to start center row. They all start the same way, these potato chip blocks. We're also going to put that in the show notes. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. This comes together very quickly because it just motors along really fast. And you sew your twos together just to get them out of the way. Same construction. I made a charity quilt with this pattern, with this idea, and it turned out just adorable. I will show you at the end what it looks like. That's my, the ta-da moment. I get to show off what I made. So basically, we're going to turn it over, finger press this open. A real simple construction. Put our piece right sides together, flip it over, make sure that center doesn't sew shut, and if it does, just clip it open. You can clip right up to, oh, I ran out of bobbin. Oh no! Okay, well, that happens. We can't expect to have the magic fairy tale bobbin forever. That keeps going and going and going with no end and thread. So I just made that one just. So I'm gonna put it like that. Let's get the bobbin changed out. I always brush the bobbin area before I put in another bobbin. It helps with keeping the lint down, because there's lint build up very quickly in this. And I just sweep it out like that. If you can do that with your machine, I would suggest you do it after every bobbin. And it doesn't take long to do, right? After every bobbin, just give it a quick little brush with a big fluffy brush. Pull out as much lint as you can. And here we go. Okay. Pull up your bobbin thread. We are there. And let's get sewing. There we go. And we're going to make sure this seam now is open. No, it's not the first time I lost bobbin chicken. I haven't done it in a while for these things. So I was kind of like, yeah, I was going to lose Bob and Chicken eventually here. And just do some more twos, throw them together. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah. I am so looking forward to the International Sew Date. I love the idea of hanging out with other creative people, right? And, you know, a lot of people say, well, I don't think I'm very creative. You know what? You'd be amazed. If you're trying to quilt or sew or trying to do something, you're far more creative than the guy who's not doing anything. So, you know, that's one of the things everybody kind of forgets when they're doing these things, is that, yeah, the fact that you're willing to try to do something, you know, makes you creative and everything is wonderful. I'm just going to grab some more twos, sew them together. Yeah. There we go. Make sure that doesn't flip open or flip close. Now, if you obviously have one piece that's longer than the other, and we never talk about this very often, put that one on the bottom and hold on to the end and don't let it go. Because the feed dogs will do the work for you for putting this together. You know, they manage really well with their job. And I'm just sewing a few, the stuff that's going to come up instead of waiting, because it's a little faster. Take this, make sure everything's open. There we go. There's some very versatile patterns out there on the market right now. Here, get this one. Okay, here we go. Get this, like that. Now when you're sewing this, make sure that seam goes this way and that seam goes that way. That's another thing that sometimes will get flipped. It shouldn't get flipped. I mean, if you're holding your work down in place or pinning it, I mean, I don't pin, but I try not to pin, but I do pin occasionally. There we go. Get this last little bit done. Now we're just kind of home free to sew it all together. That was quick. Get some frozen fabric in there because my granddaughter loves frozen. There. There we go. Yeah, she was so cute the other day. She was doing This Little Piggy Goes to Market, This Little Piggy Stayed Home. And just, it was adorable listening to her, to, you know, say that little rhyme that we all learned as kids. And I'm going to plug in. Here. Okay, here. Okay. It goes to the top. There we go. Okay, now, this is where you have a seam underneath. and that needs to stay open for this block to lie really flat. So as you're going through, as you're putting your work through, you kind of can hold stuff in place. Like this seam here, I want it to flip that way, right? So I'm going to hold it in place to make sure it stays that way. Okay, good. This all here once we're there. Okay, so now I'm going to hold the next seam in place just with my finger until I get most of it under the foot of the needle, the very edge of the needle. And now I'm going to make sure this stays open and just press it flat as I can. There we go. Oh, and I forgot to finger press this one. Oh, no, I'll do it now. Oh well. There. Press this one. And then the last one. And it meets up perfectly. Put the plug through. There we go. Yeah, these are fun just to take your time and move out stuff that's been sitting around too long. Okay, now this is where this is going, like that. It'll be a bright little happy block when we're done sewing. And it does make, these do make really cute quilts. They do make beautiful quilts. Okay. There we go. And I'll run the plug through. Some of you were asking why I don't do a leader ender project. Some people have said it's too confusing to watch me try and sew something and do a leader ender project. They get confused. So it's like, since we don't want to confuse people, we'll do this. Now I'll show you this block and the quilt I made with it in our ta-da moment. Okay, so this is the cute little block we made. It is such a good way to use up your scraps. This one turns out to 12.5 inches square, and it's I don't know, I think it's a fun way to use up your little bits and bobs. Now before I show you the big quilt I made out of this, don't forget the International Stitch Marathon is July 22nd, 2022. The invitation and the hosts are all listed below in the show notes. So here is the quilt we made. Now, I just made this into a couch throw. So this was 5 by 5. So all I needed was 25 blocks. So I think this worked out really well. So this finished at 60 by 60, by the way. So, because it's, 12.5 inch block. But let us know what you think about this on in the comments below. I hope you have a fabulous week ahead. Don't forget the International Stitch Marathon is July 22nd. We'd love to see you there. You have a great week. Bye! Thank you for watching our video today. We are just overjoyed with how our channel has grown. And we would like you to share, like, and subscribe these videos with your friends and other people. This is one of the quilts that we are considering at this time to do a sew along for. It is a crazy original scrappy design that was made with too much coffee and too many granola bars, and it's a lot of fun to do, and it is a really good scrap buster. So share, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. Our plan for 2022 is 2 different sew-alongs for sure, and 2 different case studies, and we're gonna do try and do a thing on grouping on strings and crumbs, and then another one on curves. So we've got rather an ambitious 2022 planned for you here. So, like I say, I hope you come back. Have a great week ahead, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!